You go through and you look at the history of the program and you're like, wow, there's no one that looks like me that has ever coached here before.
Being the first African-American female coach at Georgetown, obviously, that goes without saying, that's huge. And then also coming here at Auburn University, being the first African-American coach here at Auburn University, that's huge.
I've never had a women's coach before, and just for her to be an African-American women's coach just really stuck out to me, and I was just like, I would love to play for her because maybe she can teach me stuff, not just on the court, but off the court as well.
It's so funny, I always knew I was gonna be behind the desk telling somebody what to do. My mom always said I was bossy. When Rennie was my coach, we always had to go work camp, so I always worked at Virginia and Georgetown because they were close to home. And so the head coach at Georgetown was Pat Knapp at the time, and when he lost an assistant, it was probably about a few months after I had graduated, and he said, hey, I have a position open, do you want to coach? And I was like, no, I don't want to coach. I've just got yelled at for 4 years by Rennie. Why would I want to coach? He called my brother, Boo, and was like, hey, I just, asked your sister, if she wanted to coach, and she said, no. He's like, me and my mom will talk to her. When your mom says, do it, then you do it. You're now a mentor for everyone else, you're a role model for every Black female that wants to be a head coach, at a institution or university that's never had one before. Like, it's possible, it can happen. I love Georgetown, but it was a family decision. I was commuting so far at Georgetown, and then I started looking at my daughter. I was like, ooh, wow, she's really growing up and learning things, and mom's not around, but I'm raising everybody else's daughter, and who's raising my daughter? And at the time, my agent was like, well, Auburn's open. The first thing I asked, is it a small community? How's the town? Like, just everything. And then I just started researching, and I never really looked to see, would I be the first African-American coach there? That wasn't even a question. But then once you get in, you're like, oh, wow, like, I've done it twice, but it's not so much for me, it's for the people that's behind me, that see it is able to be done, it can happen. This is a whole lot more than just winning. These are young, African-American students who were, once you're like, oh my God, like, I really have a huge role, like a really huge role to not just be their coach, but to coach them through life. Not just basketball, but to coach them through life.